Don't push him, because he's on the edge of glory. He's hanging on a moment of grass. Sorry, that was so bad. Ha 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 ha. You said press F4 to reset. I was trusting you. You let me down. I think we're good now. Close enough. Oh wow, there's a bit of lag here. Hi, welcome back to some more FTB Resurrection. I know it's been a while. I can explain with 2 words. Steam sales. So, I'm not much of a spender, but when I do, I carefully pick out what I spend money on, and then, because it's so carefully picked out, I enjoy it a lot, and then I spend so much time playing it that I don't get anything else done. That being said, I now have 3 new very fun games that I've been playing a whole lot with, and yeah, that's my excuse. If you want to know what they are Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Legend of Grimrock 2, and No Limits 2, which is a roller coaster simulator. And that is pretty fun, just to chill back, you know, build some fancy big roller coasters, make them look all pretty, ride them, you know, very chillax. So that's what I've been doing, and yeah, that's pretty much the reason for the lack of videos. But I am going on vacation next week, so I have to like start getting my head back in gear. So we're gonna do that now, and I'm gonna start with working on this a little bit. We haven't worked on it in quite a while, but I've done a little bit more. See under here, I added 2 more controllers and a heck of a lot of P2P tunnels. They aren't yet linked up, but it is set up so that each of these P2P tunnels connects to 8 of the jars, because each of them is going to need to access a import bus and the level emitter. So that's 2 times 8 is 16, which is as much as these things can carry, and there's just enough of them connected onto this controller right here to access all of them. So all I need to do is make a whole bunch of import buses, make a bunch of cables, because now this system right here has to connect to this system. I need to basically take this cable. I connected them up originally. It was wrong because it just caused this one to shut down. But I have to take this cable and run it around the outside of this, right, all the way around the whole thing. And basically, wherever this has an import bus, this has to have a interface. So these import buses can pull from this system. Otherwise, we won't be able to do that. So a whole bunch of interfaces going all the way around, and then when the level emitter is off, that means there's nothing in the system. When this is off, that means there's nothing in the jar. When they're both off, that means it needs to refill it. It's going to activate the import bus, which is going to pull stuff from the system and send it right to this. It's going to cook it down, and the golem's going to take it out to the jar to make sure all of these are refilled, or at least the moment, just the ones I have selected are refilled, because these things are expensive, and quartz is getting very hard to find. This guy is just chilling on the edge. He's got a great view. Yeah? You like the view? Awesome. So that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of interfaces and import buses after I collect a heck of a lot of quartz. And we'll go from there. Cool. No cough. Onward. Okay. So, in here should be the crafting recipes for interface and the import bus. I know, because I just made the import bus one. So I actually didn't do all these, so I'm just going to count up the ones I did do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exactly 20. What a nice number. I like nice numbers. Okay, so let's see if it's possible to craft 20 interfaces. I need gold. Okay, what about 20 import buses? I need gold. Okay, so let me get some gold. Stack should probably do. Gold is actually pretty rare. I mean, you only find it in the veins with coal, and you only get like 10 ore at most. Okay, you can craft those. There you go. Boom shakala. So we should actually be able to see it doing some stuff over here. Yeah, check it out. It's making the silicon. Because we got all the system working before. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, totally. So that's pretty much what I'm going to let it do. I got to make a ton of cables. I don't know if this can actually make... I think it can. Yeah, I can make smart cables. I'm going to use a different color for the systems, because it's going to get a little confusing if they're all red, and these are going to be hidden anyway. So, I probably have a lot more quartz to find. I put like 2.5 stacks into here. At 137, so there's about 2 stacks left. The cables use a ton. I'm just going to go quartz mining while this does its thing. It's made 2. So I'm going to do some quartz mining and make a whole bunch of cables. I actually need P2P houses, don't I? Yeah. I need 1, 2, 3. I need 4. I need 4 P2P connections for the main system. I'm just finding this out now. 4 P2P connections for the main system, because each of these sides is going to have up to 16 things on it. So I need to split those up also. Apparently I can make a stack of these cables no problem. So let's do that. Isn't ME so great? I could just like sit back and do nothing now. I'm going to chill up here on a perch. Caw, I'm a bird. Nice and beautiful. I know I got 64. I should have not made 64. But I can't use red because red has to be used for these ones. There's going to be another line right here. There's literally going to be 3 lines on every side. Let's get the import buses and interface. So wherever, is that a regular pig? I don't know where he went. So the import buses go right here. Then act as little triggered vacuums. So whenever the system uses its little logic and decides, hey, I need something, these are what are like, okay, this is how I get it. So those are going to go all the way around. What it's going to take it from, let me do this. Actually, save cables. Yeah. Does that help? Wait. Did I math wrong? The P2P tunnels... Oh, I have this way wrong. For some reason, I thought the P2P tunnels transferred 16. But no, they don't. They can transfer 32. The cable I'm using can only handle 8. So one P2P tunnel can go to 8 different things, but I need less of them at the connection point. So for the outside one, I actually need like 7. But then I'll need to connect up to 2 P2P tunnels way back at the start and send 2 signals down this. Wow, I was way wrong. Okay, that's fine. Do this, 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 this. Those are not right next to each other. Look at that. That is pretty cool right there. Awesome color scheme. Hi, pig. You want to duck under? There you go. You don't want to fall off the edge like I did. So that's how it's going to work. I'm going to have to work on the P2P tunnels. I don't know what made me think it was like that. It's not. But these have to be black or some color besides red so they don't connect like this. And the rain. I have a sleeping bag. Die, rain. Slaughter the rain with a sleeping bag. So yeah. I'm going to need More P2P tunnels. I got 6 though. That's almost enough. Actually, that is pretty close. And yeah, that's pretty much how the system works. Other than that, it's a heck of a lot of material gathering and a heck of a lot of material using. But it should work in the end. It should work. Okay, riddle me this. I made enough import buses to cover every single gap, but not enough interfaces. I made 20 of both of them, yet I ran out of interfaces. How? How does that happen? Did I drop this one and not pick it back up? Numbers, they're lying to me. They say 20 doesn't equal 20 because 20 is greater than 20, but no! I say you're wrong, numbers. I'm just going to make another one now. Okay, so I laid out a bunch of the groundwork, and there it is. I needed to make 2 more stacks of these black cables. Look at this. I actually had to go to the nether and mine glowstone. That was fun. Good thing I have a repair pick. So this black cable is actually the cable for the main ME system, and the red cable is the cable for the subsystem. Past this point, though, I'm actually gonna cover this thing with some kind of walkway, so you're not gonna see this at all. You're just gonna see the cable just go into this area, and this cable, this single cable, is gonna be like the only plug. Nothing else is gonna go between these, which is really cool. But it means this cable has to be a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. 7 P2P channels on this black line. There are 7. There's this one, which does both of these two, because each of these only has 4. Because it's based off the void ones. So this glass jar is actually connected to right here, and this one controls the glass, even though both of them will be used, and this one will have priority. But that one's going to be the one that's measured. So this one takes care of both of these. Cable going over, I may put it underground depending on what I build here. Goes all the way around. This is the same on both sides. And then here you see the quartz fiber and the P2P cable connected up to these, which can go up to 7. Black ones. So go up to 7 here. These cables will eventually be replaced with interfaces as I need more. But the interface basically can only transfer 8 also, so it's basically a cable. So the cables will just help me show. Hi! Are you the pig from over there? You're totally the pig was on this corner right here. And I placed a cable right there, and he didn't budge. He did not budge. He stayed right on this corner and didn't fall off like that. And somehow, he's worked his way over to this side, where he is precariously perched on this cable. Have you considered trying out for the circus? Have you considered trying out for like Cirque du Soleil or something? Be like a high-flying acrobat. So it just comes around, connects up to the 3rd one on this side. That's 3 for side, 1 for the front. That totals 7. That's 7 signals. That's exactly the right amount. 7 P2P buses does mean that 4 of them can be on one connector to the controller, because each controller side can hold 32. The P2P buses each are going to do 8, so that's 4 P2P buses would be one controller side. Simple math. So we need 2 P2P buses on the controller for this, and 7 channels on this line to connect to the things. Pretty sure that'll work. But I need to connect the pink system to the black system, so I needed to make a non-colored cable. Put it right there. And why are you glowing? You should not be seen as a subnetwork. Oh, I guess that works. Yeah, 7 channels. The entire black system is now wired up. So you can see this small thing right here is now a subnetwork of 8 channels. Because it has power, and it only has 8 channels, and that should be true for all of these. Yes. Yes. It's so cool when stuff works. When you just do stuff, you do like a ton of work, and then turn it on and it just works. It's so cool. So now I need to connect these P2P tunnels to the controller. Gonna pick a nice random spot for it. I'm not actually sure if they need to connect to this. They just connect to the same line. If so, that's the line right there. I don't think they would. That wouldn't make much sense. I think as long as they're on the same network. And I'll put a round thing on that. I'm not sure if I have any. I do not at the moment. I can make some. So now I just need the memory card and to, you know, link all these up, which is a little weird, but it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be like mind-boggling. What is that thing called? Not this thing. This thing. The memory card. I don't have one. I'm going to see if I have a micro base. If not, I'm pretty sure it takes a calculation processor, which takes like 5 minutes to make. So if that's the case, I'm going to make one. And the verdict says... yeah, we got one. Cool. No time wasted. So now, those 2 back on the main thing. I'm already at 1. Did I break you? No, you just decided to go crazy. This system works great, but when it doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and it's kind of a bummer. There we go. Yeah, memory card time. So, to this one, I will select 4 of these and hook them up. Boop. 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 And tight rope walking. Boop. So that's 32 channels running, or 32 potential channels, I should say, running through, shoot, which one of those was it? Oh, shoot. Which, I think it was that one I just did. I'll go back and check to make sure I didn't mess up horribly. But that's 32 potential channels running through that, connected to those 4, which distribute them out 8 each. I'm trying to make a lot of sense doing this. It makes sense in my mind, but it may be entirely wrong. Oh, shoot, that was save. I wanted to load settings. Darn it, I was shifting. I was shifting. Save these settings. And load. Load. And tight rope. Load. Okay. So now, each of these interfaces, every single one of them, which could go up to 52 at some point, has access to that system. Now for the pink system. Let me wrap my head around this one a little bit. I built this a while ago. Totally forget what's going on here. Okay, I think I got it. The one thing I want to do is give it power so I can actually see what's going on. So I'm just going to do that with a smart cable, with a quartz fiber, not a smart cable. Quartz fiber connected to the main system. Connected to that. This system should now have power. I'm powering that. Okay, that was wrong. Done here. I want to power the main system. The main system can then power that system. One channel. Oh, I didn't see that one channel there. It was probably there before. But we now have an active controller. Okay, I don't think any of these P2P buses are connected. I have... how many on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6? That's way too many. I need 4. Get rid of this junk on top. The controller can handle it all. So we got these. This needs to connect to the controller. We got these two. This doesn't have to be here. So now, all the P2Ps are connected to the controller. This line's connected to the controller. This line's connected to the controller. This line's connected to the controller. Yeah. So basically, every single one of these lines needs to somehow make it to the controller. So you see, that's what this point is for. And this line has to make it in. And now it's just the fact that there's not enough channels. This says 4, 1, 2, 3, and now there's no power. I'm assuming that was a power problem. Oh, you know what? No. I was going to say, this thing was empty earlier. And I had no idea why. We were generating tons of power, but that thing was just empty. And I was going to say, maybe this thing is just flat out draining it. But no. Did I just break something? I may have broken something. Initialize. One channel. I'm just going to hook up power to this thing. I think it's a power problem. It's just the power takes too long to get here. Okay. Power is easy. I just need to hook up to my power grid. But wirelessly. There we go. There we go. Set you to receive. Set. Good. You have literally all the power now. So you can see what's kind of going on here. So you can see this is the only connection point for everything in the system right now. Which is why it's at 8. That's why these smart cables are so good. Except for that apparently. Which apparently... Oh, I see. This is... that's like a part of the system. So 8 channels can flow through that. So it's getting the 8 channels from right there going through there. So that's only using 5 because that's all it needs right there. And I don't know why it's not going... Oh, because it's shorter. But this is using up 8, which is the max. So what I want to do is give it another way to go. Give it a while for the system to catch up. And it doesn't want to go that way. That should be the fastest way, though. Yep, see? Now there's only 6 here. And only 2 went onto there. Was there anything that actually wasn't receiving a channel at that point? Now I'm curious. Like, is 8 limiting anything? Or is it just right? We got the 1 over here. 2, 3, 4. And this says it has 3. I think this has more than 3. I think this has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Device missing channel. So 8 is limiting. But I think that fixed it. Right? Yep. That's good. So that should be the system. We got 5. Why do we have 5? I thought we had... I'm horrible counter. Let's take out this one. Take out this cable. So now that all the channels are hooked up, we should be able to assign these out. Again, one of these can go to 4 of these, since these are each only 8, and this can handle 32. I'm actually going to do this one differently. Don't do that. Remove your settings. That's probably an easy way to do that. This is exactly 4 on each of these 2 sides, so I'm going to give them their own. Save your settings. And right here we got 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now I will save your settings. Keep this nice and organized. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think the back only has 4. Yes. So you'll take this middle back one, save its settings, and then go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And this random one right here pretty much just has the front. And that's it. The whole system is now hooked up. I now have to just get this thing working. So basically what has to happen is the ME system, the pink ME system, I'm going to call it that, isn't going to have any storage. Like if you remember this one, we have the storage drives right here. They actually do all the storing of all the blocks and everything. This doesn't have that. The pink one does not have that. The way it's going to actually store everything is with storage buses on these strong boxes. And there's missing one over here. The reason that's so important is it's the fastest way to output pretty much. These input buses are going to pull it into the system. The system's going to decide where it's going to go. It's going to be like, oh, that's where I store things, right in that box. And what this box is going to do is not only is it important that it's a storage bus, so the level emitter will be able to tell it's there, but it's going to pull immediately from the box into the alchemical furnace. The alchemical furnace is going to cook it. Hi, thank you. So as soon as it's needed, it's going to get cooked and sent where it needs to go. And that's how it works. I just need storage buses at this point. And then, you know, to assign everything, but that's going to take forever. Oh, hate stuff that takes time. Yeah, clearly. But unfortunately, it's going to have to wait till next time because this episode is plenty long enough. Hope you learned a lot about ME systems, because that's kind of what this video was. Is like, this is what you're doing. I'm going to do this crazy complicated system, and you're going to learn how they work, clearly. But this is now all wired up, and it looks really cool, honestly. It's just like a bunch of wires and machines and all that, but it just looks so cool. Oh, and I can't wait to get this thing running, because hopefully it'll work. And we'll just be able to say, hey, make me like 20 pickaxes of the cause. It'll be like, okay, that's annoying, but I'll do it anyway. Because that's the power of ME. And magic. And science, because science is everywhere. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for FTB Resurrection, where I think we're going to finish this up. I'm going to go do something else. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.